Hey guys, this is going to be a very personal, serious video. Um, so it's the 13th of December, 2018. 2 days ago was the 3-year anniversary of my dad's passing. Um, I'll just start out with a little bit about me. I was severely abused as a child. I was in foster care. I joined the military. I was stationed overseas in Germany. I got pregnant, had a baby, got pregnant again, had twins, got married, had 2 boys. I also have PTSD, bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, fibromyalgia, and I've just been diagnosed with a degenerative bone disease. I don't know what that means for my future. Right now, it is in my jaw. I have not had a bone scan done to look for any other hot spots. I have not been to my GP. My dentist found it, and I start treatment for my jaw in about 4 weeks. My marriage of 18 years is just about done. For as long as I can remember, I have been writing letters to my husband, begging him for the basics. For me, not everybody's basics. Everybody's basics are different. I get it. But for myself, 1 second. Penelope, get away from the tree. Come here. Come here. Come see Mama. Penelope, she's being bad. Okay. So, for as long as I can remember, I have been writing letters to my husband, begging him for attention, affection, just little things like hold my hand without squeezing my fingers so hard I want to cry. Give me a hug. Don't tell me no when I ask if we can have sex. Don't laugh at me while we're having sex. Just basic, mostly just basic affection, attention. Don't ignore me. Acknowledgement, I think, when I am leaving for work, or when I come home from work, or when he leaves for work, or when he comes home from work. I know living with somebody that has all of my issues is not easy. And I'm sure that has a lot to do with, or has something to do with, the way things are going. But he knows all this. It's not been a secret. He's been with me for every diagnosis except this last one. I was alone. And I've been going to my treatments alone. I've had what is it called? A laser scan of my jaw. And I've been fitted with a mouth guard because my teeth are getting to the point where it's dangerous that if I grind my teeth, they might fall out. Penelope, get out from under the table. Come here. Where's your bear? Where's Bear? Where's Bear? Where's Bear? Get your bear. She's just staring at me. Okay. I mean, he's been there. Like, he went through this whole phase in 2010 where I had to take my medication in the bathroom with the door closed because it bothered him to see me taking meds. He didn't like that I had to take medicine to function. And these things are not my fault. I haven't chosen to have these issues. It took years to figure out what was wrong with me. I felt crazy. I felt like I was losing my shit. I didn't know what was wrong with me. And I had all these crazy diagnoses, lots. And then I saw a therapist at the Navy hospital, and he had been doing this for his job, whatever, for a very long time. And I sat down with him and he said, "So tell me what's going on." And I said, "Well, I've been diagnosed with this and this and this and this and this. I mean, everything from multiple personality disorder to social anxiety disorder. I had the fear of like going outside. I had the fear of crowded places, like agoraphobia or whatever. Like, I can't even remember. This was all back in like 2005, I think. Somewhere between 2003 and 2005, because I'd already had my last baby, and he was born in 2003. So he was writing all of this stuff down, and he said, "Oh my gosh, I know what's wrong with you." I was shocked, and I started crying. I felt like it was a terminal diagnosis that he was going to give me. And he said, "You have PTSD." And I said, "What does that mean?" He says, "It's post-traumatic stress disorder from your child abuse from your abuse as a child, and from your essay in the Army." And I really felt like he had just diagnosed me with cancer. I knew it was something that would never go away. I knew it was something that would always be hiding right around the corner, ready to pop out. It was haunting me, and I knew it was going to haunt me the rest of my life, and it does. A pallet fell at work, and I cried. I started crying. Like, it's so ridiculous. It was a pallet, an empty pallet of wood, standing on its side. I was learning how to drive our forklift called the Reach, and I bumped it because it was like the pretend aisle behind me in the wide open space I was practicing in. And I bumped it, and I didn't realize I had bumped it. And when it hit the ground, it was so loud. And I just ducked and covered my head and started crying. And it was so ridiculous. I was so embarrassed, and my trainer was kind of freaked out. Like, he didn't know He didn't know. I haven't told anybody at my job because any job I've ever had where I've been honest about my diagnoses, I'm treated differently and then let go. They always let me go. And I love this job and I don't want to be let go. So I haven't told anybody. My dog is licking the floor. Penelope! Get out of the kitchen. She's being a bad girl today. You want to go to your kennel? Do you want to go to bed? Come here. Give me that leaf. Come here. Give me the leaf out of your mouth. I think she just swallowed it. Oh, see? She's talking back. She's so sassy. Give me the leaf. Give me the leaf. Give it. Can you hear her growling at me? She's so funny. Anyway. So back to where this is supposed to be leading. Yesterday, actually, it was the evening of the 11th. I hit a breaking point and I felt like I couldn't go on. I didn't want to live anymore. I was going to take my life. And I know it's just a day and a half ago. But this is how quickly things can change. I wrote goodbye letters to my husband, all 5 of my children, my siblings, and my mom. And then I recorded videos on my phone to my husband and 3 of my children and my siblings. While I was recording one of the videos, Terry from my chiropractor's office called because I missed my appointment. And I was always early for my appointments. But I was I was 5 minutes late. So she called. And I ignored the call. Because I was going to finish recording my videos, get in my truck, go park in the boonies, say a really long prayer, and then go home. But she called again. And so I answered. And she said, "Jenny, we miss you. Your appointment was at 8 o'clock. It was only 8:15. I was only 15 minutes late for my appointment, and she called twice. So I said, okay, give me about 5 minutes and I'll be there. I went out to my truck, still planning on doing what I was doing. I figured I would just do it after my appointment. I got to the chiropractor's office, and the chiropractor came in, and he must have seen how sad I looked, because the doctor said to me, "Jenny, you must really be a Christmassy person." And I said, "Yeah, I am." He says, I bet if you didn't do for your family the things that you do for Christmas, they would really miss it. And in that instant, I knew I couldn't do what I was about to do. I knew I couldn't leave my children. I know that there has to be more help out there for me. There has to be something, somewhere, that can help me with my pain and all this like anguish and sorrow that I feel. And I know a lot of it has to do with the status of my marriage. I'm posting this because I don't want anybody that feels the way I feel to do what I was going to do. Give it a couple days. You'll feel better. And if you don't feel better, you can go to the hospital. You can go to a friend. Terry saw how sad I was. And she took me to the exam room in the back of the office. And she just held me and I cried. And I told her what I was going to do, and I wasn't going to tell anybody. I didn't want my family to find me, so I wasn't going to do it at home. I especially didn't want my children to find me. I figured it wouldn't be a big deal if a stranger found me. But I remember how I felt when I walked into a restroom and found a woman just laying on the floor. And I realized I couldn't do that to somebody. And it wasn't out of being selfish. It's out of desperation to stop the pain. So please, don't. Just give it more time. It's been a day and a half, and I'm already glad I didn't do what I was going to do. This morning, my husband spoke to me for the first time in weeks. He said, I hope you have a good day, when he left. I don't know if he was just being nice or if things are gonna get better, or there is always tomorrow. Always. And there's always going to be another day. Another day that can be a better day. There are going to be bad days, but you just have to hold on. Don't do anything rash. Don't do what I was going to do.